The biggest roadblock that's holding you back from charging your worth as a personal trainer. In this video today, I want to share with you the thing that is really holding most personal trainers back when it comes to charging more and having more income. Hey, Lee Constantinou here, founder of Personal Trainers Elite, helping personal trainers attract high-end clients and grow their income with online marketing. And in this video here today, I'm going to do something a little bit different to help you overcome any blocks that you might have when it comes to charging more for personal training. And here's the thing, a lot of personal trainers who want to charge more have this limiting belief that they just can't, that maybe people won't pay that much for it, maybe they're not in the right area, or it's just not possible for them. And so what you might find is you've tried to put your prices up. That one time you added £10 on to each session and that person said no. And so because that person said no, you thought it was because of the price and then put it back down again. And so this is what I'm hearing so many personal trainers do with their pricing. They have this, yes, it's time, I'm gonna do it. It's a new year, new tax year, I'm gonna put my prices up. They add £10 onto their session, tell their clients or tell new clients, and people say they don't want to pay it. And just one person says no. They come to the conclusion that, oh, people just won't pay more for my training, without really understanding what other factors could have caused it. Maybe this person didn't have any money. Maybe it was just bad timing. But this is what I see so many personal trainers do and end up falling back to where they started and never able to increase their prices for 5, 10, maybe 15 years, charging the same prices with the same clients, never attracting new clients and never increasing their prices. And so I know how that feels because I was trapped charging £25, £30 a session and wanting to increase my prices. Every year that came around, I was all right, this is the year, I'm gonna add £10 on, it's now gonna be £50 a session, and I'm gonna bring on loads of new clients. And there was this one time I went there, I had my price list, which is something I learned you should never do or have, and something that I teach trainers to not do, because people that see price lists will always shop on price rather than the value. So you always wanna show the value, and I'll link to another video so you can understand what I'm talking about. And I was so confident that this is it. I'm gonna charge £50 a session now, increase my rates, life's gonna be great. You're gonna be able to upgrade my car to a Ford Fiesta and not gonna have to travel anymore on public transport. Life was going to be great. And so I had this prospect, had the consultation, told her the prices. She said, I can't afford it, and she left. And I was so distraught that I really thought that this was it. The price was going to go up and I was going to sell this to more people, and that lady said no. And so I was like, well, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe I should just take the lower price so that I don't lose clients, so that I don't lose any more opportunities because I can't afford to. And this is one of the most dangerous mindsets you can be in as a personal trainer. I can't afford to lose clients. And so what do? You take on everybody for cheap packages and just give it away for free pretty much. And so I went back and I started charging the same prices, got a few more clients, but there's that part of me, there's that part inside me that was really frustrated that I was charging the same prices and not really growing. And after being a personal trainer for a few years, this can really get to you, realizing that you don't get a pay increase. There's nobody out there who's just gonna give you that pay rise or a bonus at the end of the year. You have to make it for yourself. And so after this lady said no, I went back and started charging the same prices. I was really frustrated. And so I know how it feels where you want to change things, you want to put the prices up, but you have that one experience that doesn't go the way you want it. And so you go back to where you were. But what I discovered was that if you don't change the process, how you sell your training, then you're always going to be back doing what you've always done, charging what you've always charged. And one of the really big lessons I learned within this time was to be comfortable with somebody saying no. See, one of the biggest fears is rejection. As a human being, we fear rejection, so we don't want people to say no to us. We don't want to ask that girl out on a date because she might say no, and so we just don't do it. We hold ourselves back in life because of the fear of rejection. We don't want to increase our prices because she might say no, and then I'll lose her forever because there's no clients out there. She's the only one. But what you come to realize is there's so many people out there, so many opportunities, and look, you might have just not gone about it in the right way. You might have presented it the wrong way, which was definitely what I was doing when I was trying to sell my training for £50 a session. I was going about it the complete wrong way. The process, the consultation, the way I presented it was wrong. And thankfully, I don't sell personal training like that anymore, because I definitely wouldn't have been charging £100 a session and selling these 2 or 3K packages. But what I really became comfortable with was rejection. Somebody saying, no, it's not for me. And just being fine with it. Not having this scarcity mentality that, oh my God, if she doesn't sign up, my world's gonna end. Because the reality is there's so many people out there that need help with their health and fitness that you're gonna find them and they're gonna pay you. But if you just keep settling for less and just giving away your training for cheap, then you're not gonna grow and be happy or have the income that's gonna provide for your family, give you the freedom to do the things you want in life. And so you'll stay stuck on that low salary doing the same old thing year after year. And I speak to personal trainers in their 40s making a third of what I'm making from personal training. And these are trainers who have been doing it for 10, 20 years. They're great at what they do, but they never increase their prices because they don't want people to reject them. They don't want people to say no. So they just take on everybody, have no time for themselves or their family, and hardly have any money at the end of the month. And so you really have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is you have to get comfortable with the fact that not everybody is going to want to sign up with you. And so you're not trying to sell to everybody, you're not trying to take on every client, you're just trying to take on the ones that you really feel you can help. The ones that are going to commit, the ones that are going to pay you your value. And when people pay your value, your true worth, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel so good that you're finally getting paid your true worth, your value, and you're going to give them an amazing service, and you're going to have a better quality life because of the income that you're able to make. And so what I discovered was you have to let go of those fears of rejection, and you have to find a better way. A way of selling your training that focuses on the value of what you do instead of on the hour session. And I'll link to another video so that you can really learn exactly how to do this. But when you successfully do this, you can start increasing your prices with confidence. And so you might be wondering right now why I've got the number £1 million up on this board behind me and why it's been there the whole time. And I want you to kind of have this number in your head and just ask yourself, is £1 million a lot of money? It is, right? £1 million, it's fair to say, is a lot of money to some of us. To others, it might not be. But to most people, £1 million is a lot of money. Now, if I told you it's going to take you 40 years to make £1 million, is £1 million still a lot of money? 40 years to make £1 million. That's 25K a year for the next 40 years. Does that sound like a lot of money now? What if I told you that you can make £1 million in 3 days? 3 days to make £1 million. It's a lot of money, but what you're really saying here is what's more valuable is the time, right? The time it takes to make the money. So if you have an income goal as a personal trainer, you have to remove yourselves from this attachment of the number and really focus on the time it takes for you to get there. And so if £1 million isn't really a lot of money if it's going to take you 40 years, if you stay paying or charging people these low prices, are you ever going to get to the income goal that you have? Maybe. but it might take you 20, 30, maybe 40 years. But if you could get there quicker by increasing your value, you will shorten that time span to get to where you want to be. And so we really have to value ourselves as trainers if we want to also have the lifestyle we want, because ultimately you showing up in your clients' lives is going to be a reflection of how you feel in your own life. And so we need to remove ourselves from these attachments to big numbers and money and £30, £40 a session, £100 a session. They're just numbers. But to people, the value you're providing to them far exceeds the price that they are paying. The value to them far exceeds the price they're paying. And so when you really tell yourself that every time you have the opportunity to maybe take on a new client, you will start to feel more comfortable and confident with charging higher prices and not making it such a big deal, such a big number. And that is really what blocks so many trainers from getting paid their worth. And really good people out there who are educated, they've been on many courses, they have all the knowledge in this industry to help hundreds of thousands of people if they wanted to, but they're just not able to get to those people and get their value, get paid what they're worth. And so if you want to be a trainer who gets paid what they're worth, it first comes down to how you think about money, your time, and not making such a big deal about being rejected or not getting a client, because that's really what's going to hold you back from personal growth and getting to where you want to be. So if you want to learn how I was able to increase my hourly sessions and sell these £2,000-3,000 programs to clients, head over to personaltrainerselite.com and check out my free training where I break down the exact step-by-step process of what I did to not just charge higher prices, but also attract more clients. And if you find this video helpful, also give it a thumbs up so I know to create more videos like this. Or if you have a question, leave it in the comment box below. Anything about this particular video or anything you'd like to ask about being a personal trainer and growing your business. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.